What's happening, guys? Both Richard and Mary Parker died during a plane crash. Now the trailer seemed to confirm this, and we speculate about this for quite a long time now. But they don't exactly die, they are killed. Now in both Ultimate Universe and 616 Universe there are different reasons as to why they are killed actually. And previously I discussed only one version, which is the 616, which includes the Red Skull, the Gentleman, the Finisher, and how Richard and Mary Parker turned out to be spies, and basically Red Skull employed the Finisher to kill them during a plane crash. Today I'd like to discuss the second possibility, the reason as to why they are killed, and that is the Ultimate version. Now the reason I decided to bring this theory and the reason I decided to discuss this topic, you see, I've been going through a cast list. Yeah, that's what I'm doing recently, to check some updates, and I've noticed a tenor flute who plays Son on a Plane. Now this kid is approximately the same age as this boy who played Peter in the flashback scene in The Amazing Spider-Man 1, the young Peter Parker. In the trailer we spotted this sort of plane, which looks like some sort of private jet. It's quite small. And in the trailer we also spotted that apparently it's quite empty. It's not like a full plane with lots of passengers. Apparently we've seen only Mary Parker right here and Richard Parker, who fights somebody who's probably was employed to kill them. Now, who is Son on the Plane? Who is Son on the Plane? Before I continue with this theory, I'd like to give you some of the backstory from the comics, and I will base this on my knowledge of the Ultimate Universe as well as Ultimate Spider-Man video game. Now this is a combined source for today's topic. A little bit of backstory. Now Eddie Brock's father, along with Richard Parker, they were developing a suit, the Symbiote suit, which was supposed to cure all the diseases. It was sort of more of a medical product. At some point they went to Trask Industries for some financial help, to help sponsor their project, since they weren't able to finish Venom project due to probably financial problems. And at some point Trask Industries, Richard Parker basically acknowledged that it was a mistake to make them their sponsors, and the Trask Industries, they wanted to take the Venom project away from them. Now, of course, in Mark Webb's universe, Trask Industries is probably Oscorp. It's replaced by Oscorp. Same scenario, but it's not Trask Industries, it's Oscorp. Now, later on, both Richard Parker, Mary Parker, and Eddie Brock's parents died during a plane crash while they are on a business trip for Trask Industries. They were actually on a trip to the court. They were trying to prove their ownership of the Venom project, since apparently Trask Industries took the project away from them, and they were killed. Now the Ultimate Ultimate Spider-Man video game goes a little bit deeper. It explains that the reason the plane crash happened actually is because Eddie Brock's father tried to wear a Venom suit during their plane flight, and it caused the explosion of the plane. Basically, he tested the suit on himself, and it resulted in the death of himself, his wife, as well as Richard and Mary Parker. Now, as Son on a Plane, now could he play Eddie Brock Jr.? And perhaps he survived the plane crash. I mean, if they're going with the Ultimate video game route, perhaps, Eddie Brock's father does indeed try the symbiote suit, probably to save himself and his kid from this possible Oscorp's hitman, and maybe somehow Eddie Brock Jr., Eddie Brock actually puts the costume on himself, the symbiote. Well, it would look ridiculous, I mean, a small kid wearing a symbiote, but maybe the symbiote actually, that's how he survives the plane crash, due to the symbiote. Well, it's bizarre theory, but anything is possible. Now, how I think this whole thing is going to turn out eventually is probably that Richard Parker and Eddie Brock's father, they developed this suit, and Oscorp took it away, and the same scenario, they basically fly on a business trip, fly to a court to prove their ownership, and Oscorp sets up the plane crash. Now this guy right here, apparently he's not a random pilot, he attacks Richard Parker, and we heard previously a rumor that there will be some gunshots during this scene, and apparently the gunshots, that's exactly what causes the plane to crash. As you can see right here, the engine is damaged, and probably due to the bullet. He was trying to, kill Richard Parker, to shoot him as well as Mary Parker, and instead he shot the engine and the plane crashes. Now, is the possible scenario the reason they are killed is because of the symbiote of the Venom project? They were trying to develop it, they ask Oscorp for sponsorship, Oscorp takes away their project, they're trying to prove that they are wrong and take it back, and instead they are killed by Oscorp. They employ this guy, a hitman, whoever he is, basically he kills them. Now, Sun on a plane, I don't think it's a... Once again, I would like to point out that I don't think it's a usual plane flight, like a random plane flight with lots of passengers. It's most likely a private jet. And a Sun on a plane is actually Eddie Brock Jr. And besides him, there are also Richard and Mary Parker on the plane and his parents. So there is a plane crash and Eddie Brock somehow survives the plane. I just don't see who else this kid might play. Why would there be a Sun on a plane? Now, who else it might be, right? So do you really think, do you agree with me on this theory that the reason the Richard and Mary Parker are killed along with Eddie Brock's parents is because of the symbiote? They developed this suit and Oscorp basically sets up the whole plane crash. Now let me know what you guys think about this theory. Why are they killed exactly? Are they going with the 616 version, with the whole thing with Peter's parents being spies and that's the reason they were killed, or actually the ultimate version and they are killed due to the Venom project and Oscorp takes it away? Now Harry Osborn and his touchscreen table reveals that apparently there is a symbiote storage, so symbiote is now a property of Oscorp. They took it away from Richard Parker and Mary Parker and they killed them. Also, how Eddie Brock survives the plane crash is unknown, but I'm pretty sure that this kid right here is actually Eddie Brock during his child years. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'm off for now.